On March 17th, riots and violent scenes were witnessed in peaceful Nagpur city as the controversy surrounding the tomb of Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb escalated. The investigation now seems to be pointing to a pre-planned conspiracy. Policemen who were injured during those riots, they say that the violence appeared far from being spontaneous. Maharashtra Police's cyber cell has now identified a Facebook account which was allegedly operating from Bangladesh, and that account, whoever the owner of that account was, they were threatening to incite large-scale riots in Nagpur just days before what we saw earlier this week. Several of those accounts have now been shut down, but the moot question that needs to be asked, and it's something that has still not been answered fully well, is why does a Mughal emperor who died more than 300 years ago continue to be a hot topic of debate in 21st century India? Why is it that Aurangzeb continues to rile up politicians? It mobilizes some folks to actually come out on the streets, protest, eulogize, and venerate him to the extent that they're even willing to damage public property in his name and raise concerns over people's safety. The Maharashtra Chief Minister has come down hard on those trying to take law into their own hands.
ज्यांनी पोलिसांवर हल्ला केलेला आहे त्यांना कबरीतने खोदून काढू, सोडणार नाही. बाकी सगळ्या गोष्टी क्षम्य आहेत, पण पोलिसांवर हल्ला हा क्षम्य नाही. त्यामुळे त्यांच्यावर ही स्ट्रिक्टेस्ट कारवाई आहे. ही कारवाई करून.
So now there is definitely emerging a political link to the violence that we saw a couple of nights ago in Nagpur. Now, Fahim Khan, who's the one person who's been arrested, he's a local leader of a party called the Minorities Democratic Party. It's a small, registered and recognized party. He was identified as the alleged mastermind. He was arrested yesterday. Now, this 38-year-old leader, he's set to be the city president of the Minorities Democratic Party. He even contested the 2024 Lok Sabha election from the Nagpur constituency, which, of course, Nitin Gadkari won from that constituency. But the police believe that there is video evidence to suggest that Khan gave a provocative speech on that day, on the 17th of March, which directly contributed to the escalation of tensions. Not only was that speech provocative, but he also went on to falsely claim in that video that verses from the holy book were written on a chadar and that chadar was burnt. That turned out to be completely fictitious. The other person who's been identified is a man named Syed Asim Ali. He's also been identified as a prime accused. He's not been arrested yet formally. He too is said to be an office bearer of the Minority Democratic Party, the same political party. Now, the link between these two men, between Ali and Fahim Khan, are being ascertained by the police. This man, Ali, was arrested for the murder of a Hindu leader back in 2018. In fact, he was in jail until last year and is currently set to be out on bail. Asim Ali has praised Aurangzeb in social media posts in the past, and his posts are also under the scanner of the Maharashtra police. Now, apart from the cyber cell, now the anti-terror squad of the Maharashtra police and the NIA too has been roped in to investigate this case. The National Anti-Terror Organization is assisting this probe because preliminary pattern that's being noticed is almost like a Kashmir-like modus operandi. The NIA believes that stones were brought in trolleys. You, in fact, even heard Devendra Fadnavis say that in the assembly, that there were dozens of trolleys full of stones that were brought in before the violence. Those stones made their way to rooftops, and the police were attacked from the bylanes as well as from the rooftops by the pelters. Eyewitness accounts also suggest that thousands had gathered there after organized mobilization. You cannot suddenly turn up a mob of 500, 1,000 or 2,000 just like that in a spontaneous fashion. There were petrol bombs, sharp-edged weapons, all of which were used in the attack. The modus operandi, investigators believe, is similar to what was seen in Kashmir prior to 2019.
अभी तक 80 लोगों के ऊपर हम वो कस्टडी में हैं और 11 उनके अलावा 11 लोग माइनर। कुछ ऐसा नहीं है, वो सारी चीज़ें देख के हम लोग उसके ऊपर कार्रवाई करेंगे कितना किस चीज़ में गिरते हैं। चीफ एक्यूज, सी एक्यूज इज एक्यूज दोज हु हैव engineered it, they are part of this, and if it is part of some conspiracy, that is also being established, and this is part of the investigation.
So amid this storm, the Archaeological Survey of India has today covered parts of Aurangzeb's tomb. It's in a place called Khultabad in Sambhajinagar district. there were tin sheets that were placed on both sides amid demands for the complete razing down of this structure. It is an ASI protected monument, therefore they will have to approach the court. The state government or the district administration will have to approach the court to get this ASI protection lifted, and only then can it be razed down, if indeed that is the intention. But the district administration has also made the decision to put a barbed wire fencing on both sides of the structure so that people are restricted from going there. A circular fence could also be installed around this tomb. There is heightened CCTV monitoring of the structure as well, and now a strict log is being maintained of those who are visiting this tomb. So the idea is to try and be very careful with the security of the place to ensure that this doesn't become some kind of a shrine or monument where people start going and paying obeisance.
किसी भी आक्रांता को महिमा मंडन नहीं करना चाहिए। आक्रांता का महिमा मंडन का मतलब देशद्रोह की नींव को पुख्ता करना, और स्वतंत्र भारत ऐसे किसी देशद्रोही को स्वीकार नहीं कर सकता है जो भारत के महापुरुषों को अपमानित करता हो, उन आक्रांताओं का महिमा मंडन करता हो, जिन आक्रांताओं ने भारत की सनातन संस्कृति को रौंदने का कार्य किया था, बाहर बेटियों की इज्जत पर हाथ डालने का काम किया था, हमारी आस्था पर प्रहार किया था, उसे आज का ये नया भारत स्वीकार करने को कतई तैयार नहीं है।
I want to go across for a straight face-off between Radhika Khera, spokesperson of the BJP, and Varis Pathan, spokesperson of the AIMIM party. Varis Pathan, let me start with you first. You know, the moot point that needs to be answered, I'll get to the specifics of the violence and the people who've been arrested, their political links, etc. in 1 second. But the moot question that needs to be answered, Varis Pathan, is why is a tyrant, a brutalist, an invader being eulogized by some quarters? Why is he being celebrated, venerated? Why are people going to his grave, paying obeisance? It is this which is the root cause of what we saw, the violence that we saw in Nagpur a couple of days ago.
Well, Zaka, no Indian Muslim sensible person would ever glorify Aurangzeb or the Mughals. What have we got to do? What has happened 400 years back? What has the Indian present Muslim got to do with Aurangzeb? I don't understand that. And yes, violence is condemnable. Nobody has a right to take law into their own hands, and we condemn all kind of violence. Whatever has happened in Nagpur, we condemn that. And now what we see is that some 8 people from the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and the Bajrang Dal were arrested, produced before the magistrate, and within few hours they were granted bail for 3,000 rupees. Whereas on the other side, some 51 people have been arrested from a minority community. These are Muslims. They are still languishing in jail. And we expect the police to do impartial inquiry into the entire issue. And whosoever is guilty, see Zaka, I don't say whether this side or that side. Whoever is guilty for creating this violence must be brought to book, and law must take its own course. But here the moot question is, why did it all started? We have been saying time and again to the Maharashtra Chief Minister that there are several people in the state who are trying to create a hatred atmosphere in the state by giving provocative statement. Just prior to 2 days before this Nagpur incidents, the MLA from Hyderabad, Raja Singh, came to Pune in Maharashtra and he gave a provocative speech there. Why no FIR against him? Why is he not stopped? Before that also some BJP ministers, they gave provocative speech like
saying you started by saying that no
so all this led to this.
All this led to this. No, 1 second. Just hear me out. You started off by saying that no Indian Muslim should go to his grave. Akbaruddin Owaisi is your party leader, MLA from Hyderabad, the brother of your party leader,
I said,
Owaisi. He went there in
Zaka,
I
said nobody glorifies. Nobody glorifies, no Indian Muslim glorifies Aurangzeb. Now going to a grave, how does it become an offense? It is an ASI protected monument. Remove the ASI tag, nobody will go there. But kindly remember, Zaka,
what did he do?
Advani
What did
ji
he
went to the grave of
Jinnah. What do
Jinnah.
you normally do when you go to the grave of a person?
So offer,
see, when you go to the
graveyard,
place where a person is buried,
you offer your prayers.
What do you normally do?
Anywhere you can go. Graves are so many graves in the country, we can go offer prayer. But Advani went to Jinnah's grave. Why did he go there?
No. So you're going to pay respects, right?
Went to Bahadur Shah Zafar's grave.
You go to the grave of a dead person.
Nobody got insulted.
Nobody respect, right, Varis Saab? Varis Saab, you go to the grave of a person to pay respect.
We go there.
Not to show hatred, na?
any person who has died, see, you cannot erase history. They ruled the country. He has died. So if he was there, and if he goes there, what? But from India to Pakistan, you go there, offer your prayers. What does that say? Why did you go there? Why Advani went? Prime Minister Modi goes to Bahadur.
So Radhika Khera, let's leave
Nobody
the, who's paying
but here the thing is,
OBCs, who's paying respects.
just finish in 10 seconds.
But the moot point is,
here I want the provocative
this
statement.
cannot be,
the Chief Minister of Maharashtra on the floor of the Assembly,
this cannot be the
Devendra
reason
Fadnavis
for
said,
violence.
I can't understand.
The law and order collapsed in Nagpur 2 nights ago, and that is squarely
I can't
on
understand what
the
you're saying,
state
Zaka.
government, on the state police. It's the place from where the Chief Minister hails. That's on you. That's on your government, not on Mr. Pathan's party.
Zaka, what has happened in Nagpur was not just a protest. It was an orchestrated attack on law and order. There was a deliberate and pre-planned assault which was executed by radical elements which have been continuously shielded by the Congress, the MB Alliance, and the party of the gentleman sitting here, Mr. Owaisi's party. We've seen the kind of statements that have come from Abu Azmi. We've seen the kind of statements that have come for the Congress leaders. And they have this big, huge fan club, Aurangzeb fan club, and they have been now, the Maharashtra Cyber Cell, like you said, has exposed that there are social media accounts which have been traced to Bangladesh, which have been used to incite these riots. Now, the point is that who are behind these people and who wants to destabilize Maharashtra? We, as any government in power, will not want to destabilize the state. Why would anyone want riots in the state? Unless you're from the Congress party and your intent is like 1984 to slaughter every Sikh and create havoc in the country. That is what the Congress feeds on and their alliance partners feed on. Bhai ko ladana bhai se, jaat ko ladana jaat se, dharam ko ladana dharam se. But that is not how the Bharatiya Janata Party operates. And we also cannot forget in this incident what all has happened. 33 police officers were injured using petrol bombs, kulhadis. Now those petrol bombs and kulhadis don't come up suddenly. It was very clear that this was all happening, and the way that the women police officers have been attacked, and not one person from the Congress party, whether it is Rahul Gandhi or the Uddhav Sena, they have come out to, even call out these radical elements.
And we've seen the kind of by saying, provocative statements were made by the likes of Abu Azmi. Provocative statements were made by the likes of Nitesh Rane also. There's no action that's been taken against him. He's a sitting minister in the Maharashtra government.
If you have people glorifying Aurangzeb, what do you expect that the others will sit silently? It's going to happen. So that should not have started. Please tell me, if questions are being asked today about Nitesh Rane, why was no question asked about Imran Masood? Why was Abu Azmi not thrown out of the party? Why was no action taken against Imran Masood? Did Rahul Gandhi question why Abu Azmi was not thrown out of the party? Did he take action against Imran Masood? And action had a reaction. It should not have happened. But what action was taken against those people who actually committed the crime? Because this will never happen, because it's the same Congress and the opposition that opposed the removal of Article 370 and sided with the Tukre gang. And that's what they're doing today, just for their appeasement politics.
So the provocation is there from both sides. There are Muslim leaders also who are making provocative statements. Abu Azmi, the whole thing started after the movie Chhawa became successful. And Abu Azmi said, how the movie is presented him is wrong. He was a great hero, so on and so forth. Again, I come back to that point. Why should anyone want to hero worship Aurangzeb? I mean, Shivaji's army had dozens of Muslim army commanders. Why are they not being celebrated? Why are they not being hero worshipped? Why should the person who invaded and killed tens of thousands of people in Bharat, why should he be eulogized and hero worshipped?
Zaka, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, on the floor of the Assembly just 2 days back said that there was anger in the mind of the people after watching the movie Chhawa. He clearly stated so on the floor of the Assembly. His Deputy CM, Eknath Shinde says that if you want to learn history, kindly go and watch the movie Chhawa. Now, are these not provocative statements? One says that if because of Chhawa movie there is an anger, and the other says that okay, kindly go and watch the movie. So, are these not provocative statements? Are those statements not provocative?
If you want to, let's be reasonable. Let's be reasonable. That was basically that there is a certain portrayal of Aurangzeb in our history textbooks, in our popular culture, which the movie has corrected to some extent, is the view from the BJP and the right wing. ecosystem. That's what the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister were referring to. They didn't say you should come out onto the streets and protest and throw petrol bombs and stones at police. They didn't say that.
You may have your opinion about that, but we have an opinion of what they said.
Can I
I
please
don't
respond to
believe
him?
what you say. I don't go on what you feel about that. We know why did they meant and what did they meant by saying that. So now let us go ahead with the debate. Now the second thing which I want to bring it before this is Zaka. Nobody is interested in Aurangzeb. Now since 17 days, since Abu Asim made a statement, who's the BJP's B team, he gave point to the BJP. Now since 70 days of the Maharashtra budget session, everything has gone to shambles. The BJP government was totally cornered in this budget session. They were to be cornered on the Pune rape case, on the Munde murder, on the law and order deteriorating situation in the Maharashtra. So they have diverted the mind of the people from the basic issues completely. Now everybody is talking about, okay Zaka, let me tell the BJP spokesperson, if they feel that digging out the grave of Aurangzeb will establish the economy of a country, I will come along with them. Let us dig it together, let the grave be dug up and take it away. By digging up the grave or by wrecking up the issue of Aurangzeb, will the economy stabilize? Will the 2 crore unemployed youth get employment? Will the persons who have lost so many lakhs of crores of rupees in the share market, will they get their money back?
Okay,
Will it become a trillion economy?
Let
No!
Radhika Khera respond.
Will there be a development in the
Radhika Khera,
country if we just dug up the graves?
There's a fair point there that you have. This is in the same fortnight where the state government of Maharashtra, the Chief Minister said that we are not increasing. This was one of your prime poll promises, that we'll increase Ladki Behan from 1,500 rupees to 2,100 rupees when we come back to power. And the Chief Minister is on record that we cannot raise this thing because we don't have the monies. We have to do an audit. Varis Pathan is right when he says, is this not a convenient distraction? Bring about some ruler from 300 years ago and say, you know, he was bad and he was this and he was that. And then you conveniently forget what is important here and now.
First of all, the Chief Minister did not say that this was never going to happen. There are certain things that we need to audit and sort out, which we will, and then the time and due course of time, everything will be given as promised. It is a guarantee of Shri Narendra Modi ji, which will be fulfilled like all his other guarantees are. We've seen how for 2.5 years a Chori ki Sarkar run by the MP Alliance had drained Maharashtra, and which is why we are getting in new investments to build up lots of things so that we have money to ensure what we promised to the women of Maharashtra they will get. Having said that, there were two things that Mr. Varis Pathan raised here. That at this time, why is suddenly during the session Aurangzeb being taken out of the grave? Well, we didn't take him out of the grave. Swara Bhaskar, who is a very well-known politician from Sharad Pawar's NCP, whose husband also contested Maharashtra election. We've seen how she's been behaving like a radical element during the Maharashtra elections. And she went on when she started it. Abu Azmi ne taal se taal milai. Imran Masood gave another thing. The Bharatiya Janata Party leader, show me one Bharatiya Janata Party leader who started this. Did we do that? Everybody who's saying something is now a member of the Bharatiya Janata Party. I'm sorry, Swara Bhaskar and these people and such radical elements are not members of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and they will never be. And they will never be B, C, D,
no,
or
Nitesh Rane is a member of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He's
he
a minister in your
responded.
government.
Did he start this?
Mr.
Did he
Raja
start
Singh
this?
is an MLA from
No. Zaka, he did not start it.
Statement.
Can I please complete?
मस्जिद में
He did
घुस
not
घुस के
start it.
मारेंगे. That was his statement.
सर मैंने आपके बीच में नहीं बोला था, मुझे कंप्लीट करने दीजिए. भारत मेरे टुकड़े होंगे इंशाल्लाह कौन बोलता था ये मैं नहीं गिनवा दूंगी. Let me complete. So like I said, Nitesh Rane did not start it. You have to also call out the people equally who started it. Condemn them. Bring them out in the front. Where have we seen the opposition or the Congress or the Rahul Gandhi or any one of them condemn their leaders or their people like these Swara Bhaskar? No one has. And when our Deputy Chief Minister talks about going to watch the movie to know about history, well, it's a fact, Zaka. When I was in school, when you were in school, we've only read about the Mughal history. Tell me how many chapters were there on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj or Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj? There was 0 chapters because the Congress ecosystem ensured that we only read history either of the British or the Portuguese or the Mughal Empire. When did we read about our leaders, our heroes, whether it was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj or Sambhaji Maharaj? We did not read about them. We did not know about them. We are bringing changes, and when we bring the real changes to the system, then they cry, "Ho ki arey history badal gayi." We are not changing history.
We'll leave it at that. I want to thank both Varis Pathan and Radhika Khera for joining us. We'll see how this story plays out in the rest of this remainder of the budget session of the Maharashtra Assembly and also out on the streets of cities in this state.